Someplace a long way from the urban cities inside the forest, 4 youngsters are wandering towards a deserted house. As the night moves toward nearer, they start to play the round of find the stowaway, and the girl named Sai tells her companion, Noi, to go with her inside the house. To try not to be tracked down by the searcher, they choose to separate into various rooms, and the girl tracks down a baffling box on the floor with the cover open. She moves toward the compartment gradually and glimpses inside, yet sees only cobwebs and dust. The girl brings down her guard and thinks that she's protected, yet neglects to see an incorporeal head moving toward her from behind and getting her with the limbs. Numerous years after the fact, Sai has grown up to be a wonderful lady, and she puts lipstick on her mouth before she goes out for the afternoon. The girl meets her companion Jerd, who's full grown also, and intentionally shows his ripped physique prior to returning the shirt on. He obviously really likes Sai, as he has a go at all that for girls' consideration. Jerd goes with the girl to the nearby emergency clinic, where she works as a nurse, yet they find all her colleagues, including the doctor, missing in view of the continuous war. The two are interfered with by a needing family that carried their child to be cared for. After the kid supported a minor injury on the knee, the mother lets them know that the neighbors saw a demon with a flying head, known as a Krasue, eating their animals around evening time. She advises them to avoid potential risk by locking the windows and doors before they rest. Be that as it may, Sai experiences difficulty zeroing in on their discussions, as the girl is by all accounts diverted by the kid's injuries. Around evening time prior to falling asleep, Sai takes the counsel from the lady in the clinic. Furthermore, secures the windows to protect herself from the Krasue. She shuts her eyes and starts dreaming, however sees baffling dreams of the unwanted house. Furthermore, the box inside. Sai awakens unexpectedly, not feeling rested after the striking dream, and sees that her room is a wreck while the window has some way or another been opened. She starts feeling a weird pain on her chest, uncovering a red scar under her dress, much really alarming that her sheets are doused with blood that not her own. Sai turns out to be very worried about what's befalling her, and advises Jerd to go with her inside the forest, where she saw the vision of the unwanted house inside her fantasies. They follow the street into the trees, yet night is drawing closer and the young fellow stresses for their safety as they adventure further. Unexpectedly, they hear a stride from far off and stows away. However, it ends up being their cherished companion Noi, who created some distance from their town quite a while in the past. They rush forward to welcome their companion. However, Jerd sees that his crush embraces the other man immediately, causing him to feel very tangled as he detects a circle of drama being shaped. Their gathering is intruded on when a gathering of men shows up intently behind with firearms, and their leader doesn't seem to be the helpful person. The gathering shows up into the town and shows their enclosures loaded with heads, professing to be Krasue hunters from the neighboring town. Their leader, Ted, makes sense of that Krasues are extremely risky as they show up around evening time and gobbles up the domesticated animals of the town and eating individuals also. What's more, the animals might numerous as their spit at any point can taint different ladies, transforming them into Krasues very much like the monster. The residents struggle with accepting this, particularly the town leader, who's moreover Sai father. In any case, the hunters just solicitation the elderly person to permit them to remain until they vanquish this evil for individuals. Seeing that the men before them are vigorously equipped, the town leader acknowledges this for the safety of the townspeople. The following morning, Sai awakens in shock after additional dreams, and hurls blood from her mouth onto the floor. She sees that the window is open again very much like the prior night, and there's considerably more blood this time on her bed. Sai looks her shirt and sees that the red scars have developed dramatically, meaning that she's as a matter of fact a Krasue. What's far more atrocious, she figures out that Jerd has chosen to join the hunting party along with numerous different residents. Noi attempts to persuade his companion to stop the gathering as the hunters are perilous and savage. In any case, Jerd rejects, guaranteeing that this is the best way to protect Sai alongside individuals that he thinks often about. Around evening time, the hunters watching wherever around the town searching for the demon. What's more, Sai starts to feel the vibe of change by and by. Her veins become red as all the blood accumulates around her neck. The girl's head disengages from her body, transforming her into a startling monster. A dozing neighbor awakens around midnight and sees that her child is absent from the carriage, causing her cry in anguish. The spouse rushes to the demon hunters for help, and individuals run back to the town where they see a sparkling demon flying across the sky. Ted starts shots at the flying head, attempting to kill the Krasue while totally dismissing the child's life. Subsequent to shooting multiple shots, the demon seems to have disappeared from the area, and they can track down the lady's baby on the floor. Simultaneously, Noi sees the Krasue flying over the sky, and starts pursuing the monster, showing up at Sai's house. Stressed over the girl's safety, Noi moves onto the building towards the window, as it were to see that the head has a place with Sai. As the girl reattaches herself, Sai recovers cognizance, yet understands that her change was seen by the man she adores, which makes Noi tumble down from the ladder. The girl cries in distress as she stresses that her affection may in all likelihood never acknowledge her subsequent to learning her demonic secret. In the meantime, Noi has gone to look for shelter and astuteness from the monk in the town, who shows up to know an extraordinary arrangement about the beginnings of the demons. Clearly, these creatures come in the two sexes, and the male demons are known as Krahangs, the primary monsters used to be ordinary individuals, yet they explored different avenues regarding black magic which made them transform into ghastly creatures of the evening. The monk realizes that this Krasue should be somebody essential to the young fellow, and tells him to settle on the ideal choices leaning on his instinct. A while later, Sai starts to change again as she struggles on the floor. Be that as it may, Noi chooses to help his companion in the wake of paying attention to the monk, and brings her various chickens, so the girl can fulfill her appetite without being killed. Sai goes to track down Noi the following day, and embraces the man in tears, saying, thanks to him for making a difference her through this risk, and furthermore tolerating her notwithstanding understanding what she is. Their relationship turns out to be nearer as the two of them start experiencing passionate feelings for. The man keeps on taking care of the girl around evening time, which protects her from the hunters, and no one has seen the Krasue for more than a month. Noi also got significant information from the monk, who lets him know that there's a plant which is able to do briefly for stalling a Krasue's change, in spite of the fact that he's never seen it himself. At some point, while caring for a girl in the clinic, Sai drinks some tea and puts it on the table. Her work is interfered with when Jerd calls her and warns the lady to be cautious, as there will be a full-scale chase after the Krasue this evening. What they don't understand is that Sai's patient is looking towards some tea on the table as she intends to drink it. The disease happens, as the girl starts changing around the same time before her parents. The hunters appear and seize the headless body on the floor, while the demon conceals under the table in the wake of attempting to eliminate the Krasue manually and fizzling. Tad arranges his men to shoot the creature without mercy, and they fire various rounds at the table, killing the girl. The family shouts in misery, seeing their main little girl die before them, while the hunter tears out the creature's heart and chuckles derangedly. Since Sai was the main nurse working in the emergency clinic that day, the demon hunter too starts thinking her as the first Krasue, causing extraordinary pain among her companions. Additionally, Sai feels regretful about the girl's demise, and understands that she may be killed too. Noi attempts to comfort her and lets Sai know that they could in any case have the option to fix what is going on, as he found plants near the neglected house, which could briefly stop her change. They go to the area inside the woods and seize the unpleasant design, bringing back disagreeable recollections of the past. The two choose to wander farther into the patio where they see various sparkling plants on the ground. Sai delays, yet takes of one the leafy foods it in her mouth, which reduces her circumstances. Noi accumulates however many plants as he can. While Sai looks at him and grins, the girl acknowledges how much the man really focuses on her, and the two offer an energetic kiss later, tracking down an answer for her frantic circumstance. Be that as it may, the celebration is stopped by the demon hunters who follow them alongside with their companion Jerd. In the wake of seeing his crush kissing another person, the man charges towards Noi and starts punching him, while Sai takes off from her pursuers towards the neglected house. She hurries into the room and sees the enormous box indeed. However, this time it's shining red and is by all accounts moving her nearer. Sai starts recalling what happened that evening a long while back, when the Krasue drew nearer her from behind and kissed her in the mouth. Transferring the lady's recollections into the girl, Sai becomes moved by the past Krasue and starts killing her pursuers one the other. Tad sees this and terminating at the demon, yet Jerd attempts to stop him, allowing Sai an opportunity to get away. The hunter ends up being angry and loses the young fellow the building. After some time, Sai had the option to get back to her body, and Noi makes a move to slip once again into the town close by the girl. Sai returns home and places the medication into a protected spot, while the town leader is told of a horrendous occasion that happened the previous evening. It just so happens, all the demon hunters were killed by the Krasue, and the one that endured the assault was their leader, who additionally took Jerd back to the town. The hunter informs the residents regarding the horrendous experience with the demon, and the man charges the town leader's little girl of carrying out the murder. He figures out how to convince individuals to pursue Sai in a witch hunt, as the dad attempts to stop everybody. Fortunately, Sai's ready to stay human by eating the herbs and shows up before individuals as a typical young lady. She makes a move to approach the hunter, saying that the man attempted to attack her inside the forest. Be that as it may, Tad disproves her allegations and comes clean with Jerd to truly admit about what occurred. In the wake of battling about what to say, the young fellow chooses to lie for the lady he loved by affirming with her story. The hunter abducts the town leader, compromising individuals to remain away. He then, at that point, discharged the firearm, allowing himself an opportunity to get away. Subsequent to seeing the man take off, the town leader advises everybody to return home, while Sai takes a gander at her companion with culpability. Feeling embarrassed for the untruths that she told, Jerd returns home, feeling sincerely and genuinely depleted, however unexpectedly sees an individual behind him who ends up being the hunter. The man strolls nearer and continues to chomp him with appalling teeth. In the meantime, Sai can stop her change by eating the medication. However, the stock runs lower as time passes. Noi attempts to tackle this issue by developing the herbs, yet the man's endeavors end up being futile as the plants all die prior to delivering any natural products. He attempts to search for the medication in the area behind the unwanted house, however thinks that it is all consumed to tidy by the demon hunter still up in the air to kill the Krasue. With no other decision, Noi lets his better half know that they need to leave this town, and plans to escape with her tomorrow after nightfall. Understanding that she needs to abandon everybody, the girl goes to see her companion Gerd one last time. She goes into his room, just to see the man covering himself involving a sweeping and shudder out of pure dread trepidation. The girl attempts to comfort her companion, yet Gerd tells her that he realized she was a Krasue all along, as he saw her eating the domesticated animals right off the bat. The reason that he joined the hunters was to give them bogus information and secure Sai in front of the hunting. He communicates incredible agony each time he sees the girl with Noi, yet keeps on protecting her from them. Gerd uncovers that he's likewise going through a horrendous change subsequent to being bit by the demon hunter, who's obviously a Krahang. What might be compared to a Krasue? He asks Sai to not leave him, now that he's a startling monster who no one needs to be with. The following day, Noi visits the monk a last time and attempts to ask more data about the Krasue's legend. The sacred man lets Noi know that the main Krasue was the spouse of the primary Krahang, yet, the lady betrayed the spouse, which brought about her passing, as the Krahang tore her heart out from her chest, ever starting from the main manifestation. The Krahang is bound to give and kill each Krasue a shot this planet. Before nightfall, Sai gets ready to leave her home forever. However, her dad stops her and acquires her to the public venue request to show everybody that his little girl isn't a demon. Noi shows up at their gathering area, yet sees that the girl is no place in sight and understands that something is off base. Without any longer medications, Sai starts changing in the general population as her head separates from her body, making everybody shout in fear. In the interim, Gerd becomes miserable as he understands that Sai could never keep her promise. The man shouts and starts to change, transforming into a vampire very much like the hunter. Gerd flies towards the public performance center with Tad, where individuals are hunting the Krasue, also, snatches the lady's head from the air. He looks at Sai with outrage and attempts to kill her, yet Noi shows up with perfect timing to stop his companion. In the wake of taking a gander at the young lady and recapturing his humankind, Gerd charges towards the one who's really liable for this franticness and the two start to battle in the air. Gerd figures out how to thump the hunter downwards as the two of them fall towards the ground. The two keep on trading blows, however Tad can acquire the benefit furthermore, pins the young fellow to the floor. The hunter strikes the man in the chest and takes out his heart, killing Gerd. The monster then directs the concentration toward the Krasue. As Noi conveys the lady's body and attempts to get away, Sai assaults the demon to protect her sweetheart and carries the creature into the skies. Yet unexpectedly a gunfire is shot at the vampire's heart and kills the monster in the air. It just so happens, the monk has followed them to help the darlings and he uncovers that he was the spouse of the past Krasue who was responsible for Sai's disease. He attempts to revise his activities that caused such a lot of aggravation, and advises Noi to run with the girl towards the water where a boat is waiting for them. The man snatches the girl's body and runs towards the waterway while the locals pursue them to finish off the monster. Noi shows up at the boat and puts the body inside, however sees that Sai isn't coming. The girl sees that her body is brimming with harm in the wake of being gone after by the townspeople and sees no desire for making. She kisses the man once and for all and the two of them cry knowing that they're bound to be isolated for eternity. Sai slices the ropes to the boat and sends her bow away from this area. As they look at one another in tears, unexpectedly, a shot discharged by the resident stirs things up around town through the head and kills her. Noi runs towards his sweetheart and cries in desolation, as he sees the main individual who matters to him in this world being removed. The end. If you like this story, please subscribe to the channel and like it to motivate me to bring you more stories like this.